as we have broke many stories on, that poisoning was covered up. The former governor, his administration, was well aware that they were drinking poisoned water and stopped them from knowing about it for over a year and a half. Then you have the cover-up, after the cover-up, as we just recently broke, that the former governor's top officials, their phones were mysteriously erased, their messages were mysteriously gone, and the governor himself refused to cooperate with prosecutors for several years.
Actually, I think the entire United States needs to wake up and realize that the Democrats are basically Republicans. They're all the same ilk. They're I mean, we elected Whitmer and Nessel because they made all these promises.
Nothing.
Duh. We should have known better. I should have known better. I supported both of them.
See, my arms are still breaking out.
Tell them about your brown water.
Yeah, the brown water coming out of there.
In your bathroom.
In the bathroom, and they had to unplug it, and it was just disgusting.
And you, on your arm, you were showing.
Yeah, my arms break out all the time.
From the water.
My skin's gonna just peel. I mean, it takes everything I've got to keep my skin on my bones from taking a shower and that shit.
And you're not talking about like residual scars from 6 years ago. You're talking about stuff you're getting now.
This is in the last 24 hours. My hair is falling out all over again, just like in 14. I mean, I've got, what, 3 freaking gallons of hair? My clothes are growing and I'm not.
And your clothes are getting holes in them again.
Yeah, and holes ate right through them. I mean, the pipe last spring that Wayne County replaced, a little piece of it, that nobody was even using it. It started leaking. When he took it out there, you can't see through it at all. It's that corroded over.
But yeah, my youngest daughter suffers from memory loss. She can't remember things so when schooling is a very big issue for her. And then Declan, he has a hard time emotionally and keeping his just trying to stay calm. He's not a bad kid. He just can't stay calm. He has these outbursts of like emotions and kind of like can't handle that, a regular, like you can't have that right now. You can have it later, and then all this other deny. You can't help but think that they're trying to get away with downright murder, not attempted manslaughter, or manslaughter. It seems like murder. It does not seem like they accidentally did this. It seems like an MO that they have taken across the nation to certain cities that are older and forget to add the anti-corrosive chemical and go, oops.
It's been 8 years, man. It's been 8 fucking years. I can't take it. I'm not going nowhere. I told them that. I'm losing my houses now. My health has gone to hell. And if I die because of this, I'm dead. I'm dead. But someone's got to speak it up. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
When they started to show the city side and the state side of what was going on with the water pipes in Flint, they didn't show the service line coming from the curb to the house. They didn't show the lines inside the house that were lead. They didn't show any of that. They showed pipes that they dug up from the street when a pipe had broke, and it showed in there how it was so corroded down that a hole as big as a little finger was all that was letting the water come through. And when they put that city water, the river water in, the chemicals in the river water were so caustic that it ate all of that stuff away from the lines that are still under the street.
Also, you have a mayor, Sheldon Neely, who has said the water is safe to drink. He cites the state of Michigan's numbers. They don't point out that we broke a couple years ago that Governor Snyder's administration cheated on the water testing blatantly. They went around and they literally were running people's water, not the night before, the day of, right before taking lead and copper samples, completely against federal drinking water regulations. And what do you know? When you run the water right before taking a sample, you flush out a lot of lead, copper, and other things.
We got tested like that. They come in and said, hey, this is how you do it. We didn't know any better. Serious. And I was with Mark Edwards and doing all this stuff. I didn't know any better. You know, you guys got to run the water. We'll run the water. We'll call it good.
But after they changed the rule, saying you cannot flush the water, you cannot run the water for 6 hours before you test, they were still, MDEQ was still going around testing, going in and testing people's water when they're not supposed to, and telling the residents to flush the water for 2 or 3 minutes before you put your jar underneath it.
They have a machine there that our donations paid for, and it tests for everything on the periodic table plus a bunch of chemicals. And our city is only allowed to be tested for copper and lead, but all the other cities get tested for everything, and it costs the same to press this button as it does to press that button. So it wouldn't cost any different. They showed us it wouldn't cost any different to test for everything. They just don't want to, because then we'll know that there's uranium, aluminum, and all these other things in the water. I can't even remember, list them all unless I had the test in front of me.
How many people mysteriously ended up dead over this? And you're talking about that dude Bear? How many people ended up dead? Mysteriously. And another point. President Clinton got a blowjob, and he was going to get impeached and put in prison or jail because of it. And they're going to let Snyder off of murder? That's bullshit.
I can't breathe. Well, within 24 hours, I was being rushed by an ambulance to early and complete respiratory failure. They told me if I didn't allow them to do this, I'd be dead by morning. Then I got trach too high, and it will never heal now. And if scar tissue forms, then I have to be retrached. And I've been no energy. I literally have lived in my bedroom. I've lived in my home for a long time, but there's 14 stairs to the upstairs bathroom, 14 down. And someone didn't want to show this was me before the water. This was 3 years ago. Now look. Look at my face, the swelling. I'm talking good today, but that's the grace of God.
Of all of the people that have been affected in this city that have died, how come none of the cadavers have been tested for the lead in their bones using the radiation tolerances that can only present themselves to the bone marrow in a cadaver, because to do so with a live person would certainly give them a death sentence? But why has there been no science? All of the science behind this is being lost. So when you say cover up, all of the people that have died that have not been tested for lead exposure, to me, speaks very highly in the scientific community of doctors across the world, because no time in America has ever there been a disaster such as what has been affected here.
Even before I moved to Flint, I could see the difference in my mom and my dad and my family that's lived here in Flint. Their health has gone to shit. They don't feel like doing anything or going anywhere. Or it's just it's horrible. You guys are out there and you guys are getting drip fed a line of bullshit from these top-notch news agencies, and you guys don't really know what's going on.
It's in our hearts, it's in our bones, it's in our teeth. Teeth are shattering, I mean, if it wasn't COVID and I'm immune compromised, I would show you guys. But here's the thing. I asked in 2016 about the blood donations. And I said, what about the blood, the plasma, and the organs? And Dr. Murphy was here, so I hope you see this. Where the fuck are you? You stood in church and told us you'd tell us the truth. Right. And what's the truth? Christina's got the truth. The truth is, it's still in our bodies, so when people donate blood, guess what? Pass it on. They're going to pass it on. What about that baby in NICU? Right. Maybe it'll be yours, Murphy, because that's what you're doing to my family. And the other part of it is, Eden Wells, baby, you knew too. Here it is. You knew. You damn well knew. Wipe your fucking phone all you want. Wipe it, bitch. Because we've got email. And you knew about this. And Murphy, you knew, and you didn't do shit. It's in our bones. And when it leaches out, then we're sick again. Then our hair falls out. We have no eyelashes. Our teeth are shattering. Our people have died from liver cancer. I had one of the rarest forms of cancer, breast cancer, that anybody's ever seen. 43 years, Dr. McHale, the head surgeon at Hurley, had never seen it. I damn near died, people, okay? So this is crap. We're sick, we're dying, we have no Medicare for all, and we should. And so, Nessel, I'm sure you're gonna see it, girl. You better get your team on Eden Wells, because I've already messaged you.
Why isn't the media, the whole United States, isn't there somebody out there besides you? Isn't there enough people dying for a political gain? Not from us. We are dying. You guys are next. Why don't you stand up, man? Stand up. You got it. I'm serious. This is ridiculous.
Tell them, not me.
Well, I am. I'm telling them right now, people, you need to stand up.